Hi everyone, I'm Crystal from Love and Toast Homestead. I'm going to teach you how to can beef cubes, the meat that you put in stew. So right here we have the beef thawing out. It will take a few hours and then we will get to canning. We're going to remove the beef cubes out of the packaging. After it's out of the packaging, we're going to place them into a bowl. Then we're going to bring them over to the countertop, and then we're going to fill up our quart jars, leaving an inch of headspace. And this is called raw packing your meat, basically, with canning. So after the jars are packed with the beef cubes, leaving an inch of headspace, we are going to clean the jars using vinegar, wipe them really good to make sure everything is clean. After that, we are going to place the seals and bands on, and make sure when you're putting the bands on that they're fingertip tight and not too tight, because then the air won't be able to escape to be able to make it seal correctly. Next, we are going to fill the pressure canner up 2 to 3 inches of water. After that, we will place the pressure canner on the stove. Then we will place our jars in the pressure canner and wipe the rim with olive oil. Lock the lid and make sure everything is secure. And then we will turn the heat on high. Okay, so after we turn the pressure canner on high heat, now you see a steady stream coming out. You might not be able to see it just because the background's very light, but if you put a piece of paper, you can actually see the stream coming out. So we need this to come out for 10 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna set our timer for 10 minutes and we're gonna let it go. Okay, so now it's time to put your weight on. Since my elevation is under 1,000 feet, that means I will be putting the 10-pound weight on. You need to look up in your area what elevation you are located at, because if it's a higher elevation, you need to put a higher weight on, like the 15 pounds. If you're lower, maybe even 5. It just depends. You need to look that up. You can also look at it on the National Society for Canning. They have a whole table for each recipe, and all the recipes I do is the approved recipes. So now that I am a 10-pounder, so I'm going to put that on my pressure canner. And as you can see, it's not jiggling yet. Once the pressure canner comes up to pressure, it will start to jiggle. And for reference, with All American Canner, you can look. Okay, we're not even at 5 yet. At 10 or a little bit above, it will start to jiggle. Typically, with the All American Canner, you want your weight to jiggle 1 to 4 times a minute. This is super important. You don't want it to be constantly jiggling because it's going to be over-pressurized with your canning and overcooked. You don't want that. So you need to keep it at 1 to 4 times in a minute. Once it comes up the pressure, I'll show you what that's going to look like. And yeah, we'll just wait for this to jiggle. Okay, so the canner is coming up to pressure and it will soon start to jiggle. Okay, so that is your first jiggle. So now this is your first jiggle. You will set your timer for 90 minutes. I don't even know what this can do, 90 minutes. Okay, so now you can see how it is constantly jiggling. We don't want this. We don't want it to be constantly jiggling, but we also don't want it to not be jiggling at all. You gotta find your neutral spot. So this is way too high. So I'm going to make it medium high. I don't want to bring it down too low, and then it won't jiggle at all, and then you gotta start your timer all over again. So we're gonna go to medium high, and we're just gonna watch it so it jiggles 1 to 4 times in a minute. And sometimes I'll even look at my timer. Okay, we're at 89. We only have 20 seconds left and this thing hasn't stopped yet. So that's telling me it's jiggling too much and it's over pressured. So I'd turn it down slightly and let's watch it now for the next 5 minutes. Okay, so we're going to give an example at 86 minutes. As you can see, it just started jiggling. And we're going to watch it slow down and repeat jiggling within that minute. So as you can see, it stopped jiggling. This is good, so that will be the first jiggle. We still have 30-ish seconds left. Okay, that is the next jiggle. And that's another rest. So you got 2 more jiggles that we can get into this minute, but we don't have to because it just has to be 1 to 4 jiggles. Okay, and that is our 3rd jiggle for that minute. So that means we are at a good temperature for pressure canning. So now we'll just let it go for the rest of the 85 minutes, and then we'll be back after. Okay, 90 minutes is up, so we are going to turn off the heat. We are going to let the pressure canner cool all the way down, and it will be at 0 before the next step. Okay, the pressure can is at 0. We are going to remove the weight now. And then we are going to set our timer for 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes are up. Now we're going to start loosening. And then typically when I take it off, I unlock it and then I open up furthest away so the steam doesn't hit me like that. Jeez. There you go, it's bubbling and everything. Now we are going to let these sit for 24 hours. After the 24 hours is over, we'll take off the bands, clean the whole jar, and label them for storage. And they're good for 18 months. Thank you for watching our how to can beef cubes in the pressure canner. I hope you enjoy.